Everybody has a mission, and I have one too. I'm Rick Roberts from the Legacy Grace Community Development Corporation, and my mission is to get affordable housing for families in and around Jefferson County. We have an epic crisis on our hands. We have people in the streets, we have people in the parks, we have people in motels, we have people who are not in a stable place to live. And the problem with that is, when you're not stable where you're living, most everything else in your life cannot be stable either. One of the problems is the rents have gone up by 42% in the last 5 years. In quite a few places in town, a lot more than that. That's the average. And the wages have gone up about 6%. And for most families, any kind of interesting scenario, an emergency, a job loss, a reduction in hours, a health issue, and pretty soon you're not making the money that you need to make to pay your rent and to stay in your place. The other struggle is there used to be sort of a level of quasi-affordable apartments in our town, and when the real estate boom came, all those got converted to higher market rent rates, which is great if you own it, not so great if you're trying to pay for it. So, we're at a crossroads. We need to organize and get people together to purchase properties. This is my plan. Purchase properties like apartment buildings, motels, duplexes, RV parks, whatever creative solutions we can come up with to get people indoors in a place of stability. And once they're stabilized, then they can not only have a place to live and feel confident in themselves, but there's actually a physiological change that happens. You have this amazing thing in the back of your head called the amygdala. And it's a wonderful mechanism. If you're being chased by a lion, for example, it helps you have this surge of energy and adrenaline so you can run and be safe and not get killed by this lion. The problem is when you're having trauma in other parts of your life, it's as if the lion's still chasing you, even if it's not really there. So we have an opportunity. We can look at it as, oh my gosh, it's a huge challenge. Let's break it down into small pieces. Let's take one project, one set of families. Let's give them a place to live. Let's give them some encouragement. Let's give them some supportive services around them. And with that model in place, they can be successful. Maybe we start with 10 families. If we don't do anything, it's going to get worse. I think with a little tiny bit of creativity and a little bit of people investing in something that's important, and I've actually got a mechanism that I found that's a legal, excellent mechanism to not only do nonprofit work, but also get a return on your investment. It might be a modest return, like 4%, but can you imagine putting your money into something that will actually change somebody else's life and making money too? It's a group out of Seattle, and I'll tell you more about that later. The biggest thing is, it's going to take a large contingent of people to change this situation. In Jefferson County Schools alone, we have approximately 3,000 homeless students. 3,000 kids who really don't know where they're going to sleep tonight. Some are in parks, some are in cars, some are in motels, some are couch surfing, some might be sleeping on the floor at grandma's house. But the point is, they don't have a place of their own. That may not seem as significant as it sounds, but it's really important because that uncertainty, that lack of security, that confidence that doesn't rise up will defeat everything else in your life. So I'm asking you to join me, to join hundreds of others. Let's work together and start solving this problem. It's going to take some time and effort. It might not always be the most fun on days, but it's important. There's kids out there that need our help. There's families that need us to show up for duty and get this done. And if we don't do it, who will? I'm Rick Roberts from the Legacy Grace Community Development Corporation, where we start with dignity and restoration.